Have you ever had your landlord ask if you're staying another year during the eviction? My landlord showed up at my door last month with an eviction notice in one hand and a lease renewal in the other. I stood there in my pajamas, coffee mug frozen halfway to my lips, trying to process this contradiction. "So, Serena," he says cheerfully, "are you planning to stay another year? I need to know by Friday." I pointed at the eviction notice. "But you're literally evicting me right now." He looks at the papers like he's seeing them for the first time. "Oh, that. Yeah, my wife insists I evict you. But I think you're a great tenant. So what do you think about renewal?" This man was dead serious. Turns out he and his wife were going through a divorce. She owned half the building and wanted me out because I reminded her of his secretary. He wanted me to stay because I actually paid rent on time and didn't have 3 emotional support peacocks like the guy in apartment 4. "Can you even evict half a person?" I asked. "We're about to find out," he sighed. The situation got weirder. They'd divided the building down the middle like a sitcom. She controlled the east side, he controlled the west. My apartment was directly on the dividing line. My bedroom was in her territory, my kitchen in his. She started sending contractors to change my bedroom locks while he sent different contractors to upgrade my kitchen appliances. I'd wake up to find my bedroom door sealed shut and my kitchen featuring a brand new dishwasher. One Tuesday, I came home to find 2 lawyers in my living room, literally measuring the apartment with tape. "The bedroom is definitely 60% of the square footage," one argued. "Therefore, she has majority claim for eviction." The other lawyer pulled out a blueprint. "But the kitchen contains the water heater and electrical panel. Essential services trump square footage." They started citing property law at each other while I made a sandwich. This went on for 3 weeks. She'd serve eviction papers, he'd serve renewal offers. She'd shut off my hot water, he'd install a second water heater. She'd hire movers to pack my stuff, he'd hire different movers to unpack it. The breaking point came when I woke up to find my apartment literally painted 2 different colors, split down the middle. The bedroom was aggressive beige, which was her choice. The kitchen was what could only be described as apology green, his choice. The line ran straight through my bathroom. I finally called a tenant's rights lawyer. He laughed for 5 solid minutes, then said it was the most insane case he'd ever seen. Apparently neither of them could legally evict me without the other's consent, and the lease renewal was invalid for the same reason. I was basically untouchable until their divorce finalized. So I did what any rational person would do. I stopped paying rent entirely and put the money in escrow. Then I sent them both a letter saying I'd release the funds to whoever gave me the better deal. The bidding war was immediate. He offered 3 months free rent. She countered with new appliances. He threw in a parking space. She offered to pay my utilities. By the end, I had negotiated free rent for 6 months. All utilities paid, a parking space, new appliances, and a written agreement that neither could enter without 48 hours notice. The divorce finalized last week. She got the building and the settlement. The first thing she did was text me asking if I wanted to renew my lease at the original rate. "I always liked you," she wrote. "I just needed to mess with Harold." Plot twist. She never wanted me evicted. The whole thing was psychological warfare against her ex-husband, and I was just a pawn who ended up winning the game. "I'm staying another year." Harold sent me a congratulations card with a gift certificate to Home Depot. Inside he wrote, "Thanks for the entertainment. Sorry about the peacock guy." Last night, I heard terrible screeching from apartment 4. I put in my free noise-canceling headphones, which Harold had installed in my kitchen drawer during week 2 of the divorce wars, and smiled. Sometimes being in the middle of someone else's drama pays off, literally. My apartment is still painted 2 different colors though. I've grown to like it. I call it divorce chic when people ask about my design choices. The tenant's rights lawyer framed my case file. He says it's hanging in his office as the most entertaining case that technically never went anywhere. I'm kind of proud of that.